Remakes and reboots, the in-betweeners. When it comes to popular television series, it seems that the ones doing best are the ones aimed at younger people. For example, The In-Betweeners, Big Bang Theory, EastEnders, Hollyoaks, etc. I'm going to be focusing on one of my favourite television series at the moment, The In-Betweeners. The UK series has been going on for a number of years, airing the first ever episode on the 1st of May in 2008. Since then, there has been two following series, with the final episode being released on the 18th of October in 2010. It has become very popular with the young culture in Britain, so popular in fact that they have made two films about the boys and their adventure. The first about their first ever lads holiday, and the second about a very strange trip to Australia to see their mate Jay, who apparently works as a DJ in a top nightclub. But of course, during the film we find out that he's lying, just like he does throughout the entire In-Betweeners series. Comparing this to the US version of exactly the same show, they've only managed to air only the one series, which aired onto MTV in Britain on August 20th in 2012. Only 3 months and 8 days later, MTV decided to cancel the show due to it being poorly received by British audiences. I believe that it was cancelled so quickly because they waited such a long time after the release and the success of the UK series that they just couldn't compete with it. Because the British public got so used to the UK series and the jokes, banter and crude nature of the show that when something else came along and tried to challenge it, it was simply brushed under the carpet. Because the US series was aimed at the same audience as the UK one, they had a lot to do in order to compete. They would have had to make the humour in it something that could compete with that of the UK series, as well as making it understandable for the UK audience. News of the US In-Betweeners wasn't received very well by UK audiences, mainly because they knew how successful the UK version had been and they didn't want anything to jeopardise its reputation. The US version was listed by Metro, which is a British newspaper, as one of the top 10 British comedies whose US remake have flopped. When it comes to the reception of The In-Betweeners, the first series did very well. It began on the 1st of May in 2008, and the pilot episode managed to gather 238,000 viewers. Throughout the series, each episode managed to gather 459,000 viewers, and then with the series finale this increased to 474,000 views. The In-Betweeners as a series received 2 nominations at the British Comedy Awards. Simon Bird, who plays Will in The In-Betweeners, was nominated for Best Male Comedy Newcomer. The show was also nominated for Best New British Television Comedy at the British Comedy Awards. Joe McNally, who writes for The Independent, commented that this is an exquisitely accurate dialogue capturing the feel of adolescence perfectly. Will Dean, who writes for The Guardian, commented that the show captures the pathetic sixth form male experience quite splendidly. Episode 1 of Series 3 managed to break a record, gathering 2.6 million viewers, which is 12.5% of audience share on E4 in the UK, in its 10 PM slot on 13th of September 2010. This is the highest ever viewing figure for a show screened on the channel until 2011, when Glee beat the record. This resulted in it being moved to Monday instead of Thursday, but it kept its 10 PM slot. This is where most of its audience is at home watching TV, so they would be able to gather more audience viewing figures for this.